logistics warehouse and empties handstand, the Commissioner General, John Musinguzi, underscored the need for collaborating with tax-compliant manufacturers in combating the vice.
They are willing partners to engage with you, to identify solutions that will be able to transition a lot of the maybe unpacked and illicit product into packaged, taxed, and certified products.
We are going to clamp on illicit because I enjoyed the whole tour until when we are winding up there and I saw so many crates outside the warehouse. And Eunice told me, CG, this alcohol has no one to consume it because of the impact on the economy. True, there is limited disposable income, the inflation is high, these are real factors. But how about redeeming that market share that goes to illicit?
The new warehouse project will save the company 2.47 billion shillings per annum due to increased storage capacity and improved logistics.
We are committed to supporting the development of this country. We are supported to compliant business. I'm a regulator, so I know what that means. We are supported to continue dialogue and exchange and learning from each other, and that has happened. And we are also committed to having the best standards so that everybody can come here and see how does URA, how does UBL relationship work, and how are they able to set the high standards.
The facility features an empties handstand and beer membrane filtration plant, which can accommodate full goods storage of 7,294 pallets and empty storage of 8,171 pallets, a forklift handling capacity of 7,350 cases per forklift per day, and a truck capacity of 132 trucks per day. Dennis Igoa and Juman Samba for UBC Business. Mombasa City has hosted the inaugural Kenya-Uganda Tourism Exposition and Exhibition. The event at Kenya's coastal city sought to bring together operators within the two East African Community member countries to leverage on the resources and explore existing potential. Let's have a look.
And we are here as two countries, Uganda and Kenya, to bring together our tour operators, or operators within the tourism sector. That's to say hotel, transport, those who are in the promotion of tourism, all kinds, including cultural tourism, so that we can leverage our resources and explore the potential that we have in the area of tourism. For prosperity, because the purpose of integration is for economic deliverance. The integration is for purposes of coming together and leveraging the resources that you have. Human resource, natural resources, the capital resource, and all others. The saying goes in English that united we stand, divided we fall. You may go far as an individual or singularly, but you may go very impactful if you are together. So that is the purpose and the importance of coming together. Number two, we are not doing this symposium purposes of only exploring the potential, but also marketing East Africa outside the borders of East Africa.
There are products that we have that Uganda does not have. We have an excellent tourism, coastal tourism facilities and experiences. And what we are doing is we're offering those experiences to the Ugandans. And in turn, the Ugandans are offering us the opportunity to also explore some of their products and experiences like gorilla trekking. So what we're doing in this event is we're working together to showcase and to educate and equip the travel trade from Uganda on products and knowledge of the tourism experiences in Kenya so that they can sell those experiences in Uganda and in total bring in the numbers to the country. And in exchange, what will happen is that the tourism industry in Kenya has been invited to go to Uganda and experience Uganda, and also package travel experiences in Uganda for the Kenyan market, so vice versa. So we're working together in the spirit of the East African community to promote intra-travel and intra-regional tourism.
When you look at the current situation, when you look at the inflation levels, we are registering a double digit. But this double digit, that is, we are talking about for the year that ended in October, we have the inflation figures registered at 10.7%. And this compares with the 10% that we recorded for the year that ended in September 2022. However, when you look at the rate of increase within the inflation, it is a bit slower. And what it means here is that we have some items that have actually started to register some reductions. For example, the fuel.
On the international scene, formation of farmer groups has been mooted as the alternative way to increase the penetration of smart agricultural technologies in the developing world. Exhibitors of the technologies at the EIMA International Agricultural Machinery in Italy indicate that cost of acquiring a single unit of equipment is one of the major reasons of low agricultural productivity in sub-Saharan Africa.
The farm equipment with sophisticated robotic technologies for mechanized agriculture was on full display for potential clients at the EIMA International Exhibition of Agricultural Machinery in Bologna, Italy. These can be programmed to automatically plow, weed or harvest, controlled from a distance, saving on energy and time.
The Icon ranges from about 150,000 euros up to 200,000 euros.
But there are also the little costly tractors compared to those robotically controlled. Unfortunately, a majority of the population in the developing countries find it unaffordable to own a tractor. Uganda's Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries estimates show that there are less than 500 tractors within the country. A majority of these are those distributed under the government initiative to push for mechanized agriculture through distribution to the 4 regions to support farmers. The remainder of the tractors is privately owned by the established farmers and large corporations.
Saying farmers should own a big machine. Do they have a big farm? They don't have. As I told you, they are smallholders farmer, on average of 2 hectares farmer. So why should they acquire big machines?
Agricultural pundits suggest formation of farmer groups at community level to leverage ownership and proper management.
We know our strengths, so let's come together. I'm urging other countries that we Africa's cooperative is one of the areas we have to look at, and then we can be strong. When we are strong, we can come together to have a good deal with equipment dealers. The price will be affordable, and they will listen to us, so that every African country can have their share out of this trip.
You must see farming as a business. That's what you tell Africans. Throw away these cutlasses and hoes and all these funny things. That's when you talk of subsistence farming, you are talking of a micro business. So even that fellow with a micro business can aspire, right? And so on and so forth.
Beyond cultivation and weeding, the tractors can be turned into irrigation pumps and for transport. Technological advancement could recruit the new generations to conceive agriculture as a pivotal element of every country's economy.
A youth who is coming out of the university should be able to bold enough to say, I want to go into farming as a full-time employment. That is the only way we can solve our food crisis, create decent job and employment opportunities for the teeming youth across Africa.
A report by the United Nations shows that Africa imported about 85% of its food in the period of 2016 to 2018, worth $35 billion and is expected to reach $110 billion by 2025. Uganda is in this bracket with a majority of 67% of the population into subsistence agriculture.
If we're going to grow Africa to feed ourselves, we need to learn quickly and adapt some of this machinery to our environment.
How do we make our own farming activity to improve the export and the GDP of our country? It is by doing what is right that will make your produce to be acceptable internationally.
The adoption of the smart technologies could ensure timely preparation of the gardens by farmers against erratic climate, sometimes abrupt and so short, hence responsible for the spontaneous instances of famine experienced year in, year out, despite being in a better condition given the abundance of freshwater bodies and the moderately fertile soils compared to those in the Sahara. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
As we sign out, we leave you with some caution. Conmen and fraudsters are on the loose. There is the famous Sister Mary of Namgongo and her associates, a Patrick Mukasa claiming to be working for MTN, and many more. Our advice as the BRU team is be careful. When a deal sounds to be too good, think twice or more. Enough said. Have been your host, Dennis Igoa. Don't touch the dial. UBC has more in store for you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Get yourself a Zuku TV decoder and satellite dish today at a low price of only 105,000 Ugandan shillings, and a Zuku decoder at only 60,000 Ugandan shillings, and enjoy your favorite movies, series, kids entertainment, music, local and international news, and lots more. Enjoy amazing packages like Zuku Smart Plus, Zuku Classic, Zuku Premium, and Zuku Asia. Get connected today. Zuku, life got better.
The biggest sporting event of the year is here! It's the FIFA World Cup 2022 and the first of its kind in the big Arab Manila.
World Cup is in Qatar 2022. Doha.
Wow! It's gonna be super amazing, full of fun, and on top of that, it's gonna be full of prizes to be won. UBC and your TV are giving you a chance to predict and win in every game. From the group stages, dial *210*9#. Make your predictions and win lots and lots of prizes. Win daily cash, swag hampers, win smartphones, win brand new borders and many more.
2022.
Everyone is a winner in this World Cup with UBC and your TV. Just dial *210*9#. Make your predictions and win. Terms and conditions apply.
Come to Doha, come to Tara, and Tawa Anna.
Yeah. Sending money the old way. Eh? Wrong number. Sending money with the My Airtel app. You have the power in your pocket. The power to access and confirm contact details in real time before you send money. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
The Ministry of Health informs the public that there are confirmed cases of Ebola in Uganda. We, however, urge the public not to panic as the situation is being managed. The Ministry of Health further reminds the public to be on the lookout for any persons who may show signs and symptoms of Ebola. These include high body temperature, abdominal pains, diarrhea, vomiting, bleeding from the body openings such as the nose, eyes, and mouth. Please inform the nearest health worker immediately if you see anyone with these signs and symptoms. To prevent Ebola from spreading further, please take the following preventive measures: regular washing of hands with water and soap, avoid handshaking and hugging, avoiding any contact with any suspected Ebola patients. Any person who dies suddenly should not be buried but reported to the nearest health worker or LC1 immediately. For further information, please call the Ministry of Health toll-free number on 0800-100-066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF and World Health Organization.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone, the most affordable smartphone in Uganda. You get to enjoy free 1 GB for 1 whole year. My Airtel 4G smartphone, your best value for money. Visit the nearest Airtel outlet today and get one at only 250,000 Uganda shillings. Airtel, the smartphone network.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This month, we journey through time at the National Museum of Qatar. We experience and feel the true magic of the world's most advanced sports arena, Lusail Stadium. And we sit down with one of Mexico's most colourful FIFA World Cup characters, Luis Hernandez. When Qatar won the right to host the FIFA World Cup back in 2010, work began in earnest on a new city, 23 kilometres north of Doha. In 12 years, Lusail has been transformed from arid desert into a landscape of marinas, residential areas and island resorts, all set around an exciting contemporary skyline.
10 years ago there wasn't much. Now it is in essence a full city. Parts of it are still under development and construction, but it's growing very quickly and it's being populated. It's a very futuristic city. Lots of smart systems that help with signage, wayfinding, security, traffic. Also a very sustainable city with lots of energy control and measures to conserve energy expenditure, lots of open green spaces. Really a futuristic vision that's now unfolding in front of our eyes.
The centrepiece of this new city is Lusail Stadium, the last piece of the jigsaw in the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 stadium offering. On the 9th of September, with 72 days to go until the tournament kicks off in Qatar, the stadium was put to its first official test. The most advanced stadium in the world hosted the Lusail Super Cup, featuring the Saudi Pro League winners Al Hilal and the Egyptian Premier League winners Zamalek in front of 77,000 spectators. It was a proud yet poignant moment for Hassan Al-Thawadi, the Secretary General of the Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy.
The activities or the celebration around Lusail Stadium, of course it's the last stadium that will be utilized or will be showcased it's a bittersweet moment, honestly. It's bittersweet in the sense that first, it's going to be, at least for me personally, it's going to be done in memory of Engineer Hilal Kouari, who unfortunately just recently passed away, and who oversaw all of the construction of the stadiums, and in particular Lusail Stadium. But having said that as well, it'll be a celebration of his life, and more importantly, a celebration of the final stadium, which will be hosting the final of the World Cup. And if you see it, I think you'll realize and the fans will come to appreciate that it's not just a stadium, it is truly a work of art.
Lusail Stadium's design reflects the handcrafted bowls found across the Arab and Islamic world during the rise of civilization, while interplays of light mirror the fanar lanterns of the region. Within the traditional exterior, which blends into the surroundings, the arena is an architectural masterpiece packed with the most advanced technology, which offers spectators an intimate experience.
Lusail is a premium sports venue at the heart of it. All the architecture and the glamour of the building aside, it is a football lover's dream. As you can see, standing here at the edge of the field of play, we are at the minimum distance from the first row of seating in the lower tier. So very compact, very intimate, a football experience, a viewing experience that would only be found in much smaller stadiums.
1 month prior to the Lusail Cup event, this iconic stadium played host to a local QNB Stars League match between two of Qatar's most supported clubs, Al Arabi and Al Rayyan. Iceland international Aron Gunnarsson, who featured at the 2018 FIFA World Cup, was one of the first players to get a real feel for the stadium.
Yeah, it's a fantastic stadium. I played in some amazing stadiums before, Old Trafford, Anfield. This dome is absolutely fantastic. I was a bit shocked when I walked into the stadium to begin with, but what a great stadium.
As the players enjoyed the immaculate playing surface, the supporters enjoyed the ultimate fan experience.
Everything went smoothly since we entered the borders, and even whilst moving around the city. The metro, accessing the stadium, everything went well. It was a great experience and a great rehearsal for the World Cup.
The last step is right now to make sure that the last and final touches are put into place, and this really relates to the fan experience, really making the country ready, giving it a festive feel, and making sure that all the entertainment is in place to welcome the fans.
With the final stadium test complete, Lusail is all set to host 10 FIFA World Cup matches, including the final on December the 18th, in what will be a very proud moment for the state of Qatar and for every single individual involved in creating this extraordinary sports arena.
The word iconic is used very often. I believe that iconic is something that a building achieves after it's had people in it. People make places iconic. Experiences make places iconic. So many complicated factors that went into planning this building, right from where it's situated all the way through to its architectural vision, the way it operates, the way it's going to receive 100,000 people, including workforce and staff, as well as the spectators, of course. All of that was, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for everybody, myself included, who worked on this project for the last 10 years, to really make the experience that will happen here between November and December of this year of 2022 something that would stand out in history.
The FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 is a tournament for everyone. The most people-focused edition of the event ever held, accessible for all spectators. Audio descriptive commentary involves a more detailed narration of events for people who cannot see the match or what's happening in the stadium. It means that blind and partially sighted football supporters are not isolated and are able to have a more rewarding experience. Previously on Qatar Monthly, we met young blind Palmeiras fan Nicolas Greco at the FIFA Club World Cup. He developed a real passion for football thanks to his mother Sylvia, who began narrating matches to Nicolas and who received a special FIFA Fan Award for Best Football Supporter in 2019.
Agradeço muito à FIFA por essa indicação.
I would like to thank FIFA for this award and for the opportunity to remind the world that disabled people need to be loved, respected and more than ever, included.
Since Sylvia won that special award, technology has enabled audio descriptive commentary to become more accessible through a mobile device application. Yet the skill set and training remain the same.
Audio description commentary is designed to allow people with a vision impairment, whether they're fully blind or partially blind, to enjoy and follow football more accurately with more description.
Ikrami Ahmed was born blind, but the 32-year-old Egyptian was able to follow the matches by using the audio descriptive service at the FIFA Club World Cup and the FIFA Arab Cup last December.
It's nice for a blind person to be able to attend these matches and enjoy them, and to get the same experience and feeling as a person without visual impairment. So we are all equal.
The aim, according to the trainers, isn't just to describe the on-field action for the blind and partially sighted, but to deliver a full experience, narrating the atmosphere that accompanies the matches.
It's difficult for people to comprehend what a partially sighted or a blind person would want from a commentary, because you and I that are able-sighted, we take our eyesight for granted. So we're not really sure when they enter the room what they're about to experience. So it's my job to kind of make sure they understand what it is that a blind spectator needs from a football match or any sporting occasion for you to be able to describe it to them. And that's not to deviate from any information that's happening on the field. It's not to tell any stories from elsewhere. It's to follow the action. And we do take that for granted. When we're watching football live on television, when we're watching sporting events, we do listen to something else, or the commentators will talk about something completely irrelevant to what's happening there and then. It's my job to educate the people who come to this cause on how important it is to stay focused on what's happening in front of them and talk about what's happening in front of them.
There's a lot of fantastic fans that love football and like to attend the football stadiums who are actually visually impaired. But from this program, we are learning those set of skills that will deliver the excitement of football that every football fan has to experience in these stadiums. So from this program, being coached and being trained by very experienced coaches coming from England and coming all the way here to Qatar to train us to be football commentators during the World Cup for which visual impaired fans, it's something very exciting, and it will have also a huge fan base here in the region.
Audio descriptive commentary has garnered great interest and support over recent years and will be more accessible than ever at the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
During the FIFA World Cup, every stadium will have an audio describer, so every kick of the ball during the World Cup will be able to be listened to by somebody who's blind or vision impaired. That's remarkable. It's never happened in Arabic. It'll have English commentary as well, but it means every single kick of the World Cup can be followed.
Qatar has gone through a rapid transformation in the last decade. For many whose visit dates back 10 years or more, the country is unrecognisable. One of the host of new features is the National Museum of Qatar that documents Qatar's long and rich history.
This museum opened its doors in 2019. It was established to tell the story of Qatar going back 400 million years to present day, ending with different sections that tell us the story of Qatar throughout its history.
French architect Jean Nouvel designed the complex shape of the new National Museum of Qatar, which is inspired by one of the natural beauties of Qatar's arid desert regions.
When work began in 2009, it was decided that the design of the National Museum should be in the shape of our desert rose that has taken millennia to develop. It has a set of crystals to protect its shape from the salt and sand. All in all, the identity of Qatar is similar to this desert rose, that grows in the desert and has stood the test of time and prevailed for thousands of years despite the heat.
فكان شيء ضروري ان يكون تصميم متحف القطار الوطني يمثل هوية قطرية.
The museum first opened its doors in 1975, a modest exhibition by today's standards. The magnificent new structure ends with the old museum to preserve history in every aspect.
The museum is located at the gate of the Corniche, which is also close to our international airport. We wanted passengers on approaching aeroplanes to have the chance to view the National Museum, and so do people arriving from the Corniche area, from Ras Abu Abud, or from any area south of Doha. In this way, the National Museum would be visible, as it is located at a strategic point. It catches your eye and invites you to come in and learn about the history of Qatar.
We are Brazilian tourists and we have just arrived in Doha. We love the city and are excited about the World Cup. This huge museum has amazed us. We absolutely love visiting the National Museum of Qatar.
The interactive nature of the 11 galleries provides visitors with a unique opportunity to experience life as it has been over the last 6 centuries.
So when you enter any of the galleries of the National Museum of Qatar, you can touch, hear, see and feel everything from that period. All those details have been included to make people feel like they have taken a trip back in time. There are rooms where you can even smell the oil or oud. There is another room where you can hear the sounds of typical animals of Qatar. This is a unique experience for our visitors.
Inclusivity has been at the heart of all exhibitions. There are also 6 children's galleries to keep the younger ones entertained, and maybe the more mature visitors as well.
I really love that they have the Braille and the tactile things for people who, may not typically go to a museum. And then it seems kind of silly, but the little kids areas for the kids to play and stuff, it's fun for adults too.
The compact nature of Qatar will give fans the opportunity to attend more games than ever. But make sure you set aside a few hours in between matches to visit one of the most striking museums the world over.
During the World Cup, people from all around the world will come and visit our country. Most of them will probably know about Qatar's recent history. The role of our museum is to provide them with information about the whole history of Qatar, of the Persian Gulf area. In this way, the Western world will be able to see what Qatar has gone through to get where it is now.
Back in March, the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 volunteer programme was launched, giving people from all corners of the world a chance to become part of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. In a show broadcast to the world from Qatar Cultural Village in Doha, over 3,000 eager candidates got a taste and understanding of the rewards of volunteering. There were stories from those with previous experience, inspirational words from remarkable individuals, and an address from FIFA President Gianni Infantino. In September, an incredibly motivated group of around 16,000 volunteers who'd been chosen from hundreds of thousands of applicants were selected to attend the official orientation event in Lusail Stadium.